My name's Dave Dubeau, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey folks, we've got another special treat in store for you today. Zooming in, a new friend from beautiful Los Angeles, California. We've got Salvador Bermudez, and Salvador has a fascinating story. He's a relatively new real estate investor, really just started back in 2023. At the time we're recording this, that's about 2 years ago, and it came out of personal tragedy. We'll talk a little bit about that, but he's done a lot in a very short period of time, all the way to the flipping and now getting into multifamily syndication projects. So Salvador, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Man, it's a pleasure to be in your show, sir.
All right. So Salvador, you and I have been talking quite a bit off camera before I pressed record. I should have started recording a long time ago. But you have an amazing, amazing backstory. And I'll just kind of fast forward a little bit. But you were basically grew up in Compton, which is a tough area of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You're a smart guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a smart guy. You went to university. You studied to be an electrical engineer, if I'm not mistaken, which is like, that's brainiac stuff.
Yes, sir.
And I think you graduated from that and you started working from that, and then something happened. But you ended up working in prisons, became a cop, and did that for 17 years. And then something happened. So I kind of fast forwarded there, but tell us what happened that kind of changed everything for you.
So I was under the impression of the American dream. You work hard, you get a career, and you have money. But I actually ended up with kidney failure. My kidneys failed. Obviously, my job was real stressful. So my kidney failure was due to my high blood pressure. So
really?
Yeah, wow. I didn't even know I had it. I went to the gym every day. I took care of myself, but silent killer. It killed my kidneys. So I realized quickly that it's a trap. The time for money is a trap.
Because you ended up having to go into the hospital. You couldn't be working anymore. Yeah. And the paycheck turned off, I guess.
Yeah, my paycheck turned off. Everything I taught was stable. Because they're never going to close prisons. They're always going to need cops. And I thought I was secure until kidney failure, which I stopped working. I couldn't work anymore. So I realized I needed to build some passive income. So everywhere I heard, everywhere I read, it was real estate, real estate, real estate. So it grasped my attention real quick. I would study. When I was on dialysis, I was hooked up to the machine and I would study and study. So
how many hours a day were you stuck on dialysis for?
4 hours every other day.
Wow.
4 hours every other day, and it would knock me out for the rest of the day. It would just, and I would still go to work after that.
Oh my God.
I would drag myself in because I'm the sole provider of my family. Yeah. So I kept on studying. I got some courses. I bought a mastermind to learn how to flip a house. I flipped a couple houses, but then I realized
while you're working and while you're going through all this.
Yes. Wow. I was obsessed with it. Just seeing my family, that what would it be without me, just lit a fire on me. So I started doing whatever I could to create passive income. But flipping houses is awesome, man. I'm not knocking it down. It's a lot of money.
And were you doing that in and around Los Angeles?
Yes. The surrounding cities, Los Angeles is real expensive. So the surrounding cities, I was like Palmdale, Lancaster, and stuff like that.
Got it.
Near where my prison is at. So after a while, I realized I'm still exchanging time for money, even though it's real lucrative. So I started reading about syndications, apartment syndications. And I fell in love with it. I fell in love with syndications. I participated. I put some of my money that I got from flipping houses, and I participated in some syndications. And I said, you know what?
As a passive partner, as a limited partner?
Yeah. So from there, I said, you know what? I really enjoy this. I got a couple courses from online, and I just learned how to do it. I learned how to get the properties, how to underwrite them, and I just started falling obsessed with it. I went to school to be an electrical engineer, so math. I love math.
That's what I'm thinking. All that number stuff. You must have
Yes.
loved that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it helped me a lot. So I did a couple of deals, and I did pretty good, but it was missing something. So I found some partners, and we started creating a fund. And in the fund, we managed several syndication deals. We vetted them through our process, even though they already vetted it through our partners. Mm-hmm. And then we'll put them in our portal, and then investors could actually diversify. So like they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. So they get to diversify. I want to put this percentage on this apartment complex, and so on and so forth and so forth.
So is it kind of a fund of fund thing that you guys are doing?
That is correct.
Cool.
And I actually devised a strategy which I called Predictive Value Add, and that strategy is designed to mitigate the risk. So we do extensive underwriting. We do comprehensive risk-adjusted renovations. We analyze exactly what will give us our best bang for our money, and we renovate those specific deals. We strategically acquire tenants, and we do good marketing and to grab our tenants. And we vet our management. We vet who's going to manage our deals and everything. So what I'm trying is not just diversify. I'm also trying to vet the deals to create less and less and less risk, because risk is what stops everybody. Look, people work hard for their money, and I know it. I worked hard for my money, and it got exhausted. It got wiped out in a heartbeat as soon as I got sick. So my biggest concern is risk mitigation. And in addition, it still wasn't sitting well with me. So we created a community, which we call it a Predictive Wealth Alliance. So in that community, everybody contributes to it. I visit it regularly, and I tell everybody, give them tips, tax tips. Obviously, I'm not a tax expert, but I still say, hey, man, I've done this, I've done that, you should look into this. Or people help each other, and it's just a community to lift everybody up. Everybody is, obviously, you have to be an accredited investor, so everybody is an elite individual. We help each other, and it's an amazing opportunity. I'm in love with real estate.
I can hear the passion. Let me ask you something, Salvador. So with this predictive value add, I'm trying to get my head around this. Does that mean that you are actively involved in these projects more so than just bringing capital to the table, or like are you actively one of the co-GPs on these deals, or how's that work?
For the most part, we try to be co-GPs, but we do vet them. Yeah, we vet them, and we use that rigorous predictive value add to even put them or not put them in our fund. So if it doesn't meet the criteria, we won't put them in there. So
basically, you find operators who have opportunities.
Yeah.
You take a look at that opportunity. They're looking to you and your fund to raise capital for these deals, right?
Correct.
And then you take that opportunity, you run it through your process, this predictive value add thing, and if it fits all the criteria that you're looking for, then you participate. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah. And if it doesn't, and we find a way to fix it, they're open
to it. Yeah.
To it, we'll co-GP with them, because we are really strict about it. I'm not in it for the money. I want to help. I want to help people, because what I think is, when I feel in my heart, if I was blessed with so many blessings, I need to put back into what I got. So also during my surgery, it got real complicated. My blood pressure was the issue, so my blood pressure dropped. The anesthesiologist, the surgeons, they did an amazing job. So I feel it in my heart that I have to give back, and it's for me. I know it sounds polarized, but for me, it's a trap. It's a trap to exchange time for money, and then all of a sudden you can't do it, or something happens and you get fired, you get laid off, or you're sick, and that's it. You're everybody is just left hanging, and it's sad. It's sad. You should be able to devise a way to have residual income no matter what you do.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And you lived it. You're preaching about this because you've gone through the experience yourself, right? Firsthand. Now,
Yeah.
just to let everybody know, it's got a happy ending. So you've got a new kidney, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
That is correct. Before I left my job, one of my coworkers said he was willing to donate.
Oh my God.
At the time, I brushed it off. I said, okay, thank you, I appreciate it and everything. But my family was willing to give me a kidney. But as it progressed, everybody chickened out. They're like, oh no, never mind.
The family chickened out, but your coworker.
And then my coworker stayed in the race. He stayed in the race.
Oh, wow.
And they did the test and everything. And they asked us, are you sure you guys are not brothers? Because we've never seen something so similar. Wow. So it's just mind-boggling. The chances, like you said, I said, I'm good at mathematics. The probability of something like that happening is almost impossible. He had practically, like if he was my brother, I had associated with them a couple of times because in the prison there's more than 900 officers. So I think we went to a training in Sacramento one time a week, and that's it. I didn't know nothing about him. We weren't close, and now we're brothers, and we go to dinner all the time, and I text him every time. But yeah,
he's checking in to see how you're taking care of the kidney.
Yeah.
That's
it's funny because when I see him, I say, "Oh, your kidney recognizes you," and he starts laughing. So yeah, I got a little sense of humor too. So
that is such a inspiring story, Salvador. So as we're doing this interview, it's the end of Q1 2025.
Uh-huh.
Where are you taking the business over the next 12 months or so? Where do you see things going?
I am gonna scale it. Yet I'm gonna be really, really picky about it because I don't want to bring people that are problems in the community. I want people to have the same goal, to everybody succeed. Everybody could succeed. The way I see it is I don't see money like a piece of pie. You take your pie and then you leave. I see money like a tree. You consume it. And when you consume it, there's seeds, and the seeds adds more to the economy. So if we're doing all good, we're going to add more to the economy. We're going to buy more products. We're going to contribute more. We're going to have employees, and we're going to contribute more to the economy instead of people thinking, oh well, I'm going to become wealthy and I'm going to take a piece of the money they see the money like finite. I don't see it like finite. I see if the more people could make, the more people could contribute to the economy, and everybody could be wealthy. Everybody that is willing to put in the work, or either put in the work or put in your money. We all could succeed. We all could become better individuals. And for me, that's my way of leaving my footprint in this earth. The more people I help, the more legacies I create, the more people I impact is my footprint. And it's a little bit more than just making money, because after you make a certain amount of money, it's not important no more.
And I think once in your position, once you've seen death so close, right, it gives you a different perspective on life and what's really important, and
yeah, I guess you're right on that.
What kind of impact you want to leave.
Yeah.
Salvador, this has been fantastic. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that want to connect with you. I think you mentioned earlier the best way is on LinkedIn. So if people are looking for you on LinkedIn, what's your LinkedIn handle?
My LinkedIn handle is Sal, SAL Bermudez, B as in boy, ERMUDEZ, in LinkedIn. Yes.
Sal, this has been very, very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Usually we don't get into people's backstories, but yours is just so damn interesting and so recent. I really appreciate you sharing it with our audience.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. And it is a pleasure to be in your podcast. I'll do this anytime you want.
I appreciate that. All right, everybody, take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewyou.com. Now at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.